Hi guys, welcome to the video. So obviously you've just seen I am making my food, so it's non-training day today, which means basically what I do is I carb backload, so I reduce the carbs throughout my day and then increase the carbs in the evening to then try and carry them over to the training day the next day. So first meal's already been in, which was 3 whole eggs, 3 egg whites, 1 hot cross bun with jam, so still having a little bit of carb, especially in the first meal, and a banana and coffee. Now I'm making the second meal, and I'm making basically my veg to go with my meals today, so and for the next couple of days. So obviously what I do is red onion, tomatoes, peppers, spinach, mushrooms, all in a pan. Yeah, just chuck them together, as many different colours as you can. The more macros the better. Chuck them all in a pan, stick the lid on, 5-10 minutes and they're done. And then they'll go with a couple of meals with some protein meals. So we'll go with a chicken meal, they'll go with a pro-fat meal with salmon. And then they'll last me the next couple of days, a little bit in the next couple of days as well. So I usually prep that just on my non-training days, and then it sort of filters through until the next non-training day. So I've spent this morning training a couple of clients, and I've also been doing my online coaching work, a couple of check-ins due, and a welcome video for a new starter to the team as well, which is cool. One tip for a non-training day that I do like is to literally keep your feet up as much as you can. Yeah, keep your feet elevated as often as you can on a non-training day. Help recovery, help sort of reduce inflammation in the legs, and help you just sort of relax, chill out, and then get ready to go for the next day, which will obviously be a training day. Tomorrow is going to be an exciting day of training down at Ultraflex Rotherham with Tim, so training with Tim again, and we're training legs, so I'm going to film that up, and that'll be really cool. You know, I've never trained there, it looks like an amazing gym, so excited to try that out tomorrow. On these non-training days, I have a fair few things I like to get done in between basically my morning clients, my evening clients, when I would usually train on a training day. So first of all, I like to make sure that I get a chance to go on the sunbed. I also like to make sure that I have time to do my non-training day cardio, and I also like to do a little bit of abs and calves on a non-training day as well. I also, if I'm feeling tight in a specific area, like to do a little bit of work on that area and try and release it. Something that I do every morning is plan my days out, and I also put a circle and a number in it. So 1 being top priority, needs to be done this morning, 2 should get it done today, 3 if I don't get it done, it really doesn't matter, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so this is what I do every single day. I just tick them off as I get them done. So if you're someone that struggles with productivity or struggles to make sure you remember everything, you know, ticking every single box, then I definitely recommend doing something like that either the night before or in the morning of that day. So just ticking the non-training day boxes, so 3 sets of calf raises on the Smith, 3 sets of cable crunches, and then half an hour at 70% heart rate, 70% max heart rate on the cross trainer. Half an hour burns about 350 to 400 calories. I also did some work on my scapula under my shoulder blades. It's been so tight. Looked like for some reason I woke up today absolutely battered, so get that tennis ball under there, and to be fair, it feels to have done the world of good. Morning guys, welcome to the Friday the 9th of August. That's what day it is today. Today I'm training legs with Tim. Usual morning for me this morning, so I get up 5:45, get ready, wash my face, come upstairs. I have 5 twists of pink Himalayan salt in the palm of my hand, chuck that in, water, just to replenish the electrolytes and to rehydrate as quickly as I can so I don't feel like shit. Having the bit of pink salt in can help, like I say, replenish the electrolytes, and also helps in terms of digestion. Having a little bit of salts can help in terms of aiding saliva, aiding digestion as well. So that's the reason I have that in the morning. Get my usual tasks done, so I'll do the Facebook members group post, I'll get back to some Instagram messages, back to some WhatsApp messages in the morning first thing. I'll plan my day, I'll upload my YouTube video if I need to do that, or I'll do the thumbnail, which I did need to do this morning, thumbnail and upload this morning. And then once all that's done, it's time for meal 1. Okay, here's how you make the perfect omelette. So 8 egg whites, 1 whole egg. Okay, add pink salt, pepper, paprika, cumin, and a little bit of garlic. Chuck it in a preheated pan with this spray. Chuck a lid on like so. 5 minutes and voila. So morning sups, I've got 500 milligrams of ashwagandha, 3,000 milligrams of omega-3 and 500 milligrams of the digestive enzyme. So ashwagandha as a cortisol management tool just to aid recovery, the omega-3 to make sure I'm getting a decent amount of essential fatty acids in even on a training day when my fats are so low, and then the digestive enzyme to obviously help aid digestion because carbs are so high. I just have one of those in the morning and that seems to be suffice at the minute. If I still start to get more digestive issues, if they sort of seem to stop working, I'll just add more in, add another in sort of with each meal kind of thing. But at the minute, 1 in the morning is fine. So there it is, meal 1, the omelette. I also have 2 hot cross buns with 15 grams of jam on each, and then a bit of a horrible looking banana. So it's been a few hours since the last clip. I have trained my morning clients, done my online coaching check-ins, and now it is time for the pre-workout. So I'm going to train legs with Tim. So I've got 125 grams of oats, 1 banana, and 12.5 grams of dark chocolate. Also some Himalayan pink salt and some cinnamon in there. Choice of motivational video for the day is JP's leg video. Hopefully get me psyched up for the session. So my lower back's feeling a little bit sore and I don't want it to play up when I go train now. So I've put a decent bit of this on. If you've never tried this, definitely try it. It's very, very good stuff, very strong. So I'm just about to set off to Ultraflex to meet Tim. I very rarely drive because everything in Loughborough is just on my doorstep where I live. But when I do drive, I like to make the most of the time and listen to a podcast. So this is the podcast I'm listening to today. It's the Fitness Unfiltered with Luke Hoffman as the guest. So stick this on and then hopefully we'll get there soon. It says about an hour and 10 away, but looking forward to seeing what the gym's like. So we've made it. There's no actual parking at the gym, and there wasn't any parking spots on the road very close, so parked a little bit down there, a couple of minutes walk, but it's just there. So guys, welcome to the voiceover part. Back in voiceover corner. Leg day with Tim at Ultraflex was very, very good. Very, very good session. The way I like to program my lower sessions at the minute is to start with a couple of isolations. So 1 for hamstrings, 1 for quads. So that's what we're doing here. We're doing a single leg standing hamstring curl. The reason that I like to prioritise the isolations first is because I feel like I struggle massively to progress them if they're just at the end of a leg session when I'm already battered from my heavy stuff. From like my big compound. So I've been implementing a hamstring and a quad isolation for the first 2 movements of the session for a while now, and I don't feel like it hinders my main movement at all. So there's no reason not to have them in first. See if you don't do that, try see how you feel having those in early doors rather than right at the end of the session when you're already battered. So we did the standing single leg curl, and then we did a single leg extension, which was very nice. Again, you know, the quality of kit here compared to what I'm used to in Loughborough was amazing. So definitely worth making the trip if you've never trained there. So top set of hack squat here. I got 9 reps, I believe. Just going to leave it for the last few. Yeah, that was tough. I actually loaded it wrong beforehand, so I've not used the Atlantis hack before. I actually loaded it with 7 plates per side, and I failed on the first one, so then went down to 6 and got a good set of 9 reps, which was very, very tough. Then we did a back off, 4 plates per side. I got 25, again, brutal, but worth it. You know, 100% my legs are going to grow if I'm doing those kind of sets, and they need to grow. Then we went on to this like squat press, which was awful. Very, very painful. I felt like I was going to cry at the end. 6 sets of 4. I actually couldn't manage the 6. I did 5. I was in so much pain. My hips and my glutes are so tight, and my stance was a little bit high on it, so it was a little bit more glute dominant, and my quads were already completely fatigued, so I think my glutes were trying to take over. And yeah, it was brutal, but still very, very good. Then rest pause on the lion ham. That feels like your hamstrings have been shot. If I knew what that felt like, I imagine it's what that feels like, because it's brutal. Then we went upstairs and just did the abductor and adductor machines, and then we were done.
Feels so good. You're lying here next to me.
Deary me. That was good. Very tough. Glutes and hips are very tight. I've realised I need to get some work on it, need to get some deep tissue work. So my glutes and hips almost let me down a little bit on some of the movements when the strength's there. I just feel so tight in the hips and the top of my glutes. So could do with some work, but great session, 10 out of 10. Always good to train with Tim, pushes me. I push him hell of a lot. You know, those last 1 or 2 reps, those forced reps that you're not going to get on your own, they're the ones that, you know, when you train with someone else, absolutely bury you. But brilliant session. Definitely would recommend anyone who is into training to train there. It's unreal facility. Great atmosphere in terms of loud music, good music, no shitty adverts. Like, everyone's there to train. It's a good gym. If I lived closer, it'd be great to have that as my home gym, but unfortunately not. But now I've got an hour or so drive home, and I need to get some food in me. I only had 2 meals, and usually I've had about 4 by now, so I need to get some food in me, need to get some calories down, potentially like a big Nando's or something tonight to catch up. So just back from the gym, heart rate's come down after that long drive, and post-workout we have got a hot cross bun with some honey because Shannon used the rest of the jam, 120 grams of cooked chicken breast, and then 150 grams of Frosties. So these guys that have been working on the road directly outside my flat have been disrupting my circadian rhythm for the last few nights, and they're very loud and very annoying. Okay, so the last bits of food are going in. My own fault, but I'm a bit behind on calories just due to the fact that trained somewhere else, a little bit of a drive away, times wise, just messed it up a little bit. So I'm catching up now. So this is what I've got as the last meal or meals. So that is usually my smoothie is usually my meal too. So I'm having that because I didn't get it in this morning. Then my usual pre-bed meal, yogurt, granola and more berries. So a lot of macros in this last meal. And then I'm having another one of the ashwagandha tablets, the best naturals like I do in the morning, 500 milligrams. And I've got 3 of the calcium, magnesium plus zinc from Solgar. So finish this off and then that's the day done. So that brings me up to my calorie target for today. Training day calories of 3,850. Protein at 200, carbs at 650 and fats at 50. So sometimes I'll have to do this just to catch the up with the calories, and just add like a couple of meals together before bed. As long as I just take my time with them, make sure I get a lot of chews in, and then they usually sit pretty well with me. If not, if they don't sit too well, I'll go on an evening walk before bed, just to aid digestion, and then I don't feel like I'm on too much of a full stomach, or I've got too many digestive issues before bed. Last thing we want is to be sleeping like that. So I'll get this down and then I will wrap up the video. Okay, so if you can hear the annoying road work, but I'm just going to wrap the video up by going over sort of what I want to speak about in terms of the importance of intensity within your training. So I feel like it's often overlooked. Usually it's sort of like volume is everything, and yes, volume is, you know, massively important, and we know that volume is one of the biggest factors in terms of determining hypertrophy and progressing volume over time. But intensity for me is hugely important as well, and is often overlooked, and also often misunderstood. People think intensity is just screaming and, you know, shouting in the gym and just chucking loads of weight around, but that's not the case. You know, intensity is, you know, making sure your form and range of motion is still optimal. You know, staying on those tough reps that you don't want to stay on, you know, rather than just jolting it, you know, bouncing it around. Yeah, staying on those tough reps, pushing yourself through with it. Like I say, if you've got a training partner, those force reps, getting those force reps, doing those Widowmaker 20+ sets. You know, putting yourself through a hell of a lot of work, because it's not done often enough. And if you're someone who's complaining about not getting results, then look at how your actual training intensity is. Because, you know, if you're not putting the work in, especially if you're quite advanced, or let's say you've been training for a few years, if you're not putting that work in, you know, you won't see much progress anymore. You know, it's not the same as in your first year or so, when, you know, all you have to do is go to the gym and eat a bit of protein, and you start to see differences and see size going on. It gets to the point now where, you know, for me to add any tissue is pretty hard. I'm not making out that I train so hard, mate. There's people that train a hell of a lot harder than me, like loads of people. But I train as hard as I believe I can at the minute, and I can't tap into some other level that others can, obviously because I'm not experienced enough, and I'm not ready to take it there sometimes, compared to, you know, the pros and people who are really up there, people that I kind of aspire to train like, but it's not saying that I won't get to that one day. But sort of as a take-home point, if you're not really leaving your sessions thinking, oh my god, like I'm absolutely done, if you're not tracking your progress, if you're not logging your sessions and forcing yourself to beat last week or beat last rotation, beat yourself from last time, if you're not, you know, putting the intensity into the sessions, and you're moaning about not making progress, then definitely look at that, and sorting that, because that may be something that really needs improving, rather than just doing the standard 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 12 with, you know, for most people, more than 3, 4, 5 reps in reserve without them even realising. You know, you're going to struggle massively to make much progress doing that kind of thing. So I thought I'd go over that. But I hope you all enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you all for watching as always. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel, and please like the video, that'd be great. And I will see you in the next one.